Hi, welcome back. So, you've already watched one beginner's video, so you're not a baby anymore, now you're a toddler. So, what I just did, you're going to be able to do by the end of this video, and much more. So, this is also a video that's good for people that have been playing for a while. We're going to continue to work with fifths. So that's 5 notes apart. One, this is a C, C fifth, C, D, E, F, G. You're going to play those two, and there are 3 empty strings in the middle. And you play this a fifth with usually with fingers 1 and then 3. So in harping you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the numbers. So first do a blocked fifth on each side, a C blocked fifth with your right hand, then practice it with your left hand until that feels familiar. Then you'll do them in unison. And then you'll do kind of a call response. I call it mirrored, so left, right. Now you're going to do a rocked or a broken fifth in both hands in unison. Now you can do kind of a call and response, not in unison anymore, but the left hand does its whole thing, the right hand does its whole thing. And practice that until you can go. So I'll show you how useful these rocked or broken fifths are. I'm just going to do a chord progression with the left hand and play Scarborough Fair with the right hand. Now the beauty of double strung is that when I did this, that was actually easy, because in my right hand all I was doing was this, my left hand I was only doing a rocked fifth, but because of the double strung, when I came to this A, this finger was on an AT also. So part of my teaching method is to just get certain hand shapes into your muscle memory. And we have muscle memory for things we've been doing all our lives, and it's totally effortless to know how far to turn a steering wheel to go left. But when we first started, we didn't have that muscle memory, so it wasn't automatic. We had to kind of monitor it. Well, your harp is a first for you, so nothing in life really prepares you for it, so it's new. And you can learn it, and it'll be just as automatic as driving or knitting or something that you've practiced a lot. But we can shorten that practice curve. You're basically getting muscle memory for different hand shapes and patterns. And that's my method of teaching, is with, I call hand poses. So over the course of this, I'll teach you lots of hand poses. Cigarette pose is beautiful. Triads are beautiful. Quotation pose is beautiful. So you'll learn all sorts of fun things. The first one is a fifth. So I'll show you how to get that into your muscle memory. I call this Hovercraft, and it's how to get so that you just accurately go to the fifth. And what you do is you get on a fifth. An F and C are easy to see because of the color, so an F fifth, and you squeeze them. And that starts to get your muscles in your brain connected with how far away that is. Then you bring your hand just a quarter of an inch away from the harp. Not like that, but literally just a quarter of an inch away from the strings, and come back to them. And if your hand comes right back to them with no fishing around and looking for them, then that's your first step of success. So then you go a half an inch away, and it's like your hand is just like a stone statue that you got out of the yard. It doesn't change its shape at all. And then you go an inch away, and this might take more than just a couple of seconds. And then you go farther away. Then you finally do a partial close and back to the strings. And if you find yourself coming back and moving a little bit, then you backtrack and go a step backwards to something easier, like that. And when that becomes solid, then you try the partial close. When that works, try more of a close and come back. And pretty soon, you'll be able to go to different fifths on the harp and actually play them. Whoops, I didn't do that one accurately. That's because this is a harp I don't usually play. So my body has to quickly get used to the new spacing on this harp. I'm doing this on a single string harp because it's a little bit easier for you to see the strings. Now we're going to practice making kind of a chord progression with mirrored blocked fifths. So we're going to go from C to F and back to C. This is just to get used to moving from one fifth to another one. Eventually you'll go doing all sorts of things. But let's just start with C to F, because that's easy, because the bottom finger is always on a colored string. And with the F, actually both fingers are on colored strings. So do a mirrored, back to the C. Now you're going to do a rocked fifth, and that is the broken. And we're going to do a little chord progression, progressing from C to F to C. So you're going to go. Now you're going to do echoes. So you're placed on sisters here. Both of them are a C fifth right across from each other. I call that sisters. And you're going to go left, right, left, right. So it'll sound like, oh, how cool. Then go to the F and back to the C. Or if you just need to stick with the C just to learn the echo effect, you can do that. Now we're going to do a chord progression echoed. We're going to do C, F, G, and then C. And it helps to count it, actually. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Those were all major chords. And now let's do some minor chords. We're going to do A, an A fifth, which is great to see because there's that red string right in the middle. And so we're going to do A, and then D, and then E. They're actually all minor, so this is A minor, D minor, and E minor. At least they're minor when we're in the key of C. Of course, you can mix minors and majors and now improvise in any way you want to. So I'm going to start with an A minor. I'm just going to improvise. improvise another thing. I'll do another one. So you can just improvise just doing that. The secret with a chord progression is something I call eyeball bouncing. And your eyes have muscles too, and so they will get a memory of how far to move on the harp to look to the next thing. If I'm on an F fifth, F and C, blue and red, and I'm going to go to a C, then when you place on something, once you're placed, you don't need to look at it anymore. I can do like this without looking at it. But I do want to look and see where I'm going next. So the moment I place, my eyes bounce down to the next place I'm going to go, which in this case is a C. So my eyes are C. So my eyes are glued to that now. I placed here, bounced down to the C with my eye muscles, and then I'm glued to that while I play, and then my hand can reach for it. My eye now bounces over to the next C on the right-hand side, and there I go. And I can do a whole chord progression like that. I'm going to do C, placed on the C, but my eyes are on the G, which is easy because my thumbs are there, so I look at there. And it's on the left G because that's where I'm going to place first. Now I'm looking at the right G. So you can do your whole chord progression looking ahead. It'll get to be really natural. So I'm always looking ahead, so it's really easy. Now you're ready for some absolutely gorgeous effects through what I call offsetting. You can only do this on double strung. It's to take the right hand and the left hand and offset them by a certain number. So instead of playing sisters, like I've got a C here, my right hand goes up 5 to a G fifth, offset by 5. I could move back down to 4, so this is offset by 4, an F in the right hand against a C in the left hand. So first I'll let you actually do that. Offset by 5, offset by 4. Now you're going to do offset by 5, but mirror it. So left hand, call and response, and then move the right hand down. So it's offset by 4, C, D, E, F is 4. So this is on a C and this is on an F fifth. Okay, so now call and response, mirrored, and then back up to the G. Try that. Now, this is really gorgeous. You're going to echo them. So offset by 5, left, right, and offset by 4, left, right. Now we're going to take a little break, and then you can go right into the next video. It's a continuation of exactly what you're doing, but shows you all sorts of other cool things you can do with fifths, and you get used to it.